Hey guys, I'm Giselian back again. You're getting a lot of me today. And this is part three of the potential reasons for this unprecedented meeting of 800 US generals in Quantico on Tuesday. Okay, so what we got to look at is what else happens on Tuesday. The government shutdown. Okay, so this has been anticipated by the Trump administration for some while, and we've seen the writing on the wall. You've seen the evidence. Okay, the dissolution of the Department of Education, the bringing down of the EPA. You know, you're starting to see this administration really looking not only to become more effective and efficient, which it should do, but it's also looking to destroy the deep state. Look what's happened this week with Comey being subpoenaed and indicted. That the same will happen with Clapper and Brennan and McCabe and all the rest of the deep state people. An easy way of being able to get rid of the deep state, rather than just summarily fire people, is to have a government shutdown. This has all been planned. This is why they're not speaking to the Democrats. They want the shutdown because at that point they can quite easily say, well, look what's happened. You know, the government shut down and all these services still, we're remaining. And what do we really need these government employees for? I reckon that they're going to get rid of thousands of government employees on the basis that the government is shut down and they just can't pay them. And then they're going to lay them off and just get rid of them and not rehire them. I think this is going to be a major way of cleaning house. They're going to clean house, and of course at that point you are going to get pushback from all of the states. You're going to get pushback from California, from New York, from Detroit. People are going to go on the streets. They're going to claim a dictatorship. They're going to claim communist rule. They're going to claim Nazis. They're going to claim all of this stuff. Okay, so all of the federal buildings are going to be under siege. They're going to be under protest, which means and gives the Trump administration the full weight of the law to bring in the troops to be able to secure federal facilities. That is what I think is a potential reason for bringing all of these generals together. This is going to be quite possibly one of the biggest overhauls of government in the world, bar none. I mean, apart from, a revolution, this is a very easy way of getting rid of all of the people in the government that have been trying to destroy the last Trump administration. As we saw, there were a lot of disloyal people. That's why they call it the deep state. These are career government politicians and government servants, so-called servants, because they're not servants of the country, but they're servants to themselves, and they're servants to what we loosely term the deep state. So you're going to see a lot of Soros-based people on the streets. You're going to see Antifa. There will be pushback. There will definitely be pushback. But I think once you've got the military involved, that pushback is going to mean nothing. So it's going to be a very, very interesting time. Now, in the same way as well, you've got this huge Christian revival happening with the Charlie Kirk assassination. That too is going to create a massive divide, as we're seeing now. Conservatives are being more vocal than they used to be. The youth is now on the side of conservative values, as opposed to the left-wing values where they were before. Now you're seeing the protesters in their late 30s and 40s. The new revival is of 18 to 21-year-olds that are finding that conservative values are in keeping with what the old America used to be. So whereas, conservatives seem to be dying because, conservative values seem to be, the land of the old people, and of course old people die, and now you're seeing a complete switch. So I think there's going to be a massive change in society within the next year or so. There will be a cleansing of all of the problem areas that the old administrations have created, and I do believe there is going to be a new quantum financial system. This will change everything. This is why they want to get rid of the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve Bank is not federal, it has no reserves, and it's not a bank. And it will need to go. And it will go under this administration. While the Treasury is going to be extended. The Treasury works for the government, not only the government, but it actually works for the American people. The Federal Reserve does not. And that, I think, is going to be another way that this administration is going to create, an absolutely seismic shift in society, a seismic shift. And this is what Trump means by going into a new golden age, where we have a smaller government, more effective government, no internalized deep state that are only loyal to investors and brokers and, for want of a better word, Illuminati type organizations. And you're going to see a resurgence of going back to the original constitution, of what the original founders of this country had in mind when they created it. And I think that is going to hold a lot of sway with the people. This is Simon Trizelian. This is just an opinion, okay? Only for entertainment purposes only. And to like, share, repost. I have another one to give you as well, and it's going to be a biggie. So that's why it's happening this week. Take care. Bye-bye now.